YouTube. I'm K Dub. Welcome back to K Dub Palace. Um, Yesterday was some interesting basketball. Obviously Memphis lost to Boston yesterday. Um, they still struggle. Um, these past few weeks they've still been struggling. Um, Obviously with the firing of the coach, Taylor Jenkins. Their team as an organization has been um, it's been rocky for the organization in Memphis. So we're definitely going to see uh, how it goes moving forward for Memphis. But besides them playing, the Lakers did play yesterday. They played the Rockets. They beat the Rockets. Um, Jalen Green was benched in the fourth. Jalen Green was benched toward the end of the fourth quarter. In the last few minutes, of the game, they benched Jalen Green. Um, and with the playoffs coming up, you always want to have the ball in the best in the best player's hand. And Jalen Green was benched, so that comes to the conclusion of who's the best player on the Rockets. Who is that number one option? Is it Sengun, or is it Jalen Green, or is it Van Vliet? Um, Obviously the future is Jalen Green, Sengun, but if you're benching Jalen Green for defensive reasons, if it comes down to that, how motivated is Jalen Green going to be? Is there a player coach issue between him and Ime Udoka? Are they on the same page when it comes to crunch time? We don't know. We definitely don't know. But obviously, the game is on TNT. They're back on TNT again tonight. But Jalen Green didn't play well. He had 9 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. For somebody who's a scorer, you would think he would have at least 30 in this game. But then look at Sengun. He had 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. The leading scorer was Amon Thompson. Now, I'm gonna keep saying this. The Rockets need to give Cam Whitmore some playing time. He's a part of that team. He's a part of that core. He can shoot. He can dunk the hell out of the ball. He's a high usage. He's a high level talent. He has a handle. He can defend when he wants. And the performances that we see from him in summer league, you would think that he would get playing time, especially with this being his second year. But the Rockets need to play, because I'm looking at the roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Rockets have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DNPs yesterday. Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore, Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green. A lot of these players can really play. But off the bench, it was just Jabari, Steve Adams, and Tari Eason. But the Rockets are going to have to start playing Cam Whitmore with some minutes. Now, I know Amon Thompson has played very well, so Jabari Smith they've moved him to the bench role. He had double-double, but, I don't know. I don't know as far as, because right now it's looking like they're going to play the Timberwolves in the playoffs. If the Timberwolves can get the play in, they'll play the Timberwolves. I got the Timberwolves beating the Rockets because they have a go-to guy, and the Rockets don't have a go-to guy. It's just way more experience on the Timberwolves side than on the Rockets. I don't see the Timberwolves losing to the Rockets in the first round. But I do think that game can go to 7. It could definitely go to 7. I got the Timberwolves beating the Rockets in 7 games, or 6, in my opinion. But on the other side, the Lakers did win. Finney Smith and Gabe Vincent came off the bench and had 20. They combined with 40 points off the bench. Luka had 20 points, nine rebounds, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Braun had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Rui had 7. Jackson Hayes had 3 points. Austin Reeves had 12. It wasn't a lot of scoring. It was mainly both of these teams. Mainly it was for defense. Mainly defense. And defense. And mm, yeah. So I want to say defense was the reason why the Lakers got the win. But yeah, the Rockets definitely have to make some changes to who's going to be that guy getting the ball at the end of the game. So I mean, um, right now the Lakers sit at the fourth seed. Fourth seed. The Rockets are the second seed right now. So like I said, they'll play the Timberwolves if they can win that play in. If not, they'll play the Clippers. I got the Rockets. I got the Rockets getting out the first round. In my opinion, they'll be out the first round. In my opinion, they'll be competitive, but it'll be a first round exit for the Rockets. Um, just off of them not having experience, except for Fred VanVleet and Jeff Green, and Dylan Brooks, they got experience. But the rest of them, I don't trust them in the playoffs. Um, let's see. Miami Heat have won 5 straight. Shout out to the Miami Heat. They won 5 straight. As the playoffs approaches, they're the ninth seed right now. They're definitely in the play-in. But let's see if they can maintain this and get to the playoffs. Um, Me personally, I don't think Miami will make the playoffs this year. I think Orlando and Atlanta will get in. In my opinion, but the Bulls are playing good. Obviously, they lost two in a row since that winning streak. So, but besides that, we do have some news. Zion is out for the season. Zion Williamson is out for the season with the back. And I'm gonna be honest, I think Zion has played very well this year. I think he played very well this year. He's averaging. He averaged 24.6 points per game. Um, wait, man, hold on. Wait, man, hold on. Yes, Zion averaged 24.6 points a game, 7.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. Zion has played very well. He looks in shape. But the question for Zion is really what does the future look like for the Pelicans and for Zion? Do you trade Zion or do you keep Zion? Zion looks like he looked in shape. He looked great. So, and I think it makes sense to just shut him down because they're the worst team in the Western Conference. Um, I don't see a reason why you keep playing them. If you're the worst team in the Western Conference, why play a player that's known for getting hurt, who has an injury history in the NBA? Why play him the rest of the season when you're the worst team in the league? It's no point. If you're going to tank, it's no point in even trying to play him. Because what if he gets hurt? Trying to play the rest of the season out, knowing that he doesn't need to. So that was a good call for the Pelicans, but the Pelicans got to get healthy. They got to get healthy, man. I think they even shut down CJ. CJ got to get healthy. He has to change his role a little bit. You know what I mean? With DeJounte Murray out with the ACL, they need a big man. Health and big man is what the Pelicans need. Health, big man. obviously you trade Brandon Ingram to let Trey Murphy kind of take over that role. As we've seen, Ingram was out, Trey Murphy was getting buckets, but obviously Trey Murphy out for the season with the shoulder. DeJounte out, obviously torn Achilles. I think with DeJounte, I think what should happen. Don't bring the same team back. You gotta go out and free agency. You got to draft good, and you're gonna have to try and get somebody to come in there. Now you get Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk. You got them through trade for Ingram. Those are solid role players, especially Bruce Brown, who is a great role player, championship experience. Kelly Olynyk, he don't got championship experience, but he got playoff experience, veteran. Like you need that around Zion, and you know what I mean, yeah, they got CJ for the veteran role, and with DeJounte kind of going into that veteran role as he gets older. I think DeJounte Murray is like 27. I think he's 27. I think he should be turning 28 this year. So I think you keep DeJounte, and the Pelicans. What the Pelicans need, the Pelicans need a knockdown shooter. The Pelicans need a shooter. They need somebody who they can pass it to, consistently can shoot threes. Spread the floor for Zion. Obviously, DeJounte, CJ, they can shoot, but they're not known for catch and shoot. They can shoot, but they're not catch and shoot players. So I think you go out and get like a Duncan Robinson, who's in Miami right now, not playing a lot. Once upon a time, he was known as one of the best three-point shooters in the league. You go get Duncan Robinson, who's not getting playing time. You plug him in that starting lineup. You put him in the starting lineup. I'll put him at the three. I mean, why not? But I think, I think you trade CJ. You trade CJ McCollum. You trade CJ. Let CJ go to a contending team or wherever. Bring in a knockdown shooter to play along Zion and DeJounte and Trey Murphy, and then go out and get a big man. You go out and get a big man, and then you build that bench. You gotta build that bench. You know, so like you keep Bruce Brown, you keep Herb Jones, you keep Alvarado, you keep that core off the bench. They can come in. The Pelicans have a roster. They just have to get healthy. And Zion specifically has to be healthy in shape. Has to play minutes. He has to play. He has to play around. He has to play 70 games. He has to play at least 70 games for them to be a top 5 team. Because if you look at the West is not getting no weaker. The West is getting stronger. Like the West is getting stronger. So, I mean, in my opinion, you're going to have to build around Zion and DeJounte and Trey Murphy. Those three right there you keep, and you build around that. But this is a great call by the Pelicans. But at the same time, if next season is another failed season, you might have to give up on Zion, because Zion, it's like Luka. They traded Luka for not for injury reasons, but for other reasons that we don't know why. Zion is a generational talent that you don't just that you don't just trade. So obviously they believe in Zion because he's still on the team. So obviously they believe in Zion. So so you keep Zion. You have to keep he's the franchise player. You can't just let him walk. You know, but I mean, if you do let him walk, I mean, what team can I see him on? I don't see Zion on like a contending team. Maybe you put him like in Portland next to young, healthy players who's ready to who are on up and coming, who can be a playoff team. if you put Zion in Portland, I think that's really good for him. I know it's the Portland. I know it's Portland, but you gotta think about it. You put him with Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp, um, Deny. I don't know his last name. I can't pronounce, but you put him with like Deny, who's who's better than what he was on the Wizards. You look at him now on Portland. He's giving you double doubles. He's giving you 20 plus points a night with double doubles. Then you got DeAndre Ayton, who was playing better before he got injured. He was playing better than when he was in Phoenix. Off the bench, you got Scoot Henderson. You got other players off the bench. You know what I mean? That's a team that could use a star player or a go-to guy. They can use some star power over there. You know, and I mean Portland, um, another team, maybe like a Charlotte with LaMelo. You pair Zion with LaMelo, it's going to, man, you can really bring fans to the arena, and he's going to feel any team Zion goes to, any team that Zion goes to, he's going to fill the seats. So if you pair him with LaMelo, and they're in the Eastern Conference, they can make some noise. But it's just like LaMelo, him and LaMelo got the same thing. They gotta be healthy. You're gonna put Zion in Memphis with Ja. But if they don't want to give Jaren Jackson that bread, but they'll give Zion that bread, go get Zion. You pair him with Ja. Same thing with Ja. Ja gotta be healthy. Ja has to be healthy. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at different teams and scenarios. I mean, you can possibly put Zion on the Spurs with Wemby and D Fox. That's not a bad, but I don't know. You know, everybody needs the ball over there. And then you got D Fox, Wemby, Zion. They all need the ball. So I don't know. But San Antonio, great organization. They'll probably help him nutrition wise. He'll definitely he'll be better in over there. Um, I mean, like what other teams? He definitely can't go to LA or Miami because you know how that get off the court. He gonna get distracted. It's over with. Golden State, they put him with Steph Curry. It's not bad. Sacramento, you know, with Levine and them over there, they got something cooking. I want to say Phoenix, but yeah, it's not looking good over there for them. Dallas, no. Minnesota took too many personalities. And Julius Randle was definitely getting traded out of that situation if he go there. There's too many personalities over there. Indiana, New York, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's not bad. They don't have a star player in Brooklyn. He can make noise in Brooklyn while the Knicks got that thing. Put Zion in Brooklyn. I can't think of another team right now. The Clippers, that's not a bad option. The Clippers is not a bad option. Um, they need a power forward. If Ben Simmons is not going to be playing or doing whatever, they can use Zion over there. But the Lakers don't. They don't need Zion. They don't need Zion. They can get Zion, you know, and he can be like a. But you got Luka, Brian. That's too much. But we shall see. Also, before we go, LeBron is starting the podcast, the Mind Their podcast. This think that's what it's called. Let me double check. Let me go on here. Let me double check real quick. LeBron podcast. don't know if it's gonna let me. Hold on, here. LeBron podcast. So the podcast with him and Steve Nash, Mind the Game Pod. So that first episode drops today, season 2 with Steve Nash. As y'all know, JJ Redick was the last host, but since he's the head coach of Lakers, they had to stop the pod. So now LeBron's he's going to pick it back up again, and he got Steve Nash for the first episode. I will be watching. So this is going to conclude this episode. Yeah, man. It's good to see that they're going to take care of Zion by shutting down for the season. The playoffs are coming up. It's the first day of April. It's April Fools. I'm not really into all that. But that's going to conclude this episode of K Dub Palace. I am your host, K Dub, and we gone.